Hey, hello. So I wondered about certain things again last night about watching the stream and stuff. Not one, but a couple of them. I mean, anyway, on one of those streams they were talking about this subject with the videos and FragComm and all that. Yeah, I don't usually like talking about it, but I think it's important to underline something, point out a few things why it has gone really downhill. And it has, there's no question about it. And first of all, there are too few honest and unbiased and original reviewers like that have their own style and they are not copying the most, you know, successful reviewers out there. Yeah, that's one of the reasons there is so little originality now, and you know, people who do their own thing are not really successful, are they? Not very, who don't conform to the masses and this same old format, with first of all, Fragrance video nowadays must have this big kind of, thumbnail or, yeah, you know what I mean. That is very like fancy looking and I don't know how they make it, but I think they have somebody who does it, who does the the cover for them, the thumbnail, and yeah, it is like you have to have a fancy looking thumbnail to attract enough viewers. And you know why? Because people are like that. The people get impressed by the visual much more than what you say. So yeah, I'm really sick and tired of all these list videos. Best summer fragrances, best this, best that. Yeah, like everybody is doing that. So damn dull. And yeah, like people like I have to again single out certain individuals who I think are mostly responsible for this terrible, you know, this terrible state of FragComm. Like everybody is out to make a buck the easy way. I think that's why so many are in this business now. If we can call it business, I guess it is a business, And you know, while there are still a few reviewers that I like watching now, there are there are all fewer and fewer, and so what really puzzles me is how people like Jen Sense can have so many, for instance, so many followers and like 400,000 was it something like that. It's a baffling number. I mean, considering that guy doesn't do much more than anybody else, he doesn't do anything better than anybody of the major like reviewers really. And now, especially lately, he has been clowning a lot, and he never, I never found him very amusing or funny or anything, or even very relatable. He tries to be very relatable, obviously, but all he does is just makes him look more goofy, And yeah, I just think he is sadly the symptom of everything that is wrong with this community today. Like how a guy like that can have so many subscribers, And same goes for Jeremy, of course. now that he is totally gone, wild, like totally, crazy. He's got more subscribers than ever. So that means something is wrong with this whole fucking thing, with this whole society, Western society, really. Because people only are after watching the most outrageous, the most, wild, the most clownish people, obviously. If you are neither of that, you have no chance in hell, man, to attract a large fan base, a large following, like 100,000 or more, or even 50,000. And yeah, I mean, it proves like that even these to be very brutal, I'm gonna call them bimbo type reviewers like Erica or the Erica. Like she's got only 54K. Only, Yeah. Well, that's really not a big number compared to her ex, Jeremy, especially, who's got 2 million. And yeah, people like Jen Sense and Demi Rowling. I'm not sure how much she's got now, like 300, I don't know, maybe even more. Yeah, and also Demi is a good example. I mean, I'm not gonna bash her, but she's really, I mean, her views, her way of describing fragrances is on a level of, of a beginner. It never went further than that. I don't think she ever got further. It's like, she's like, this is sexy, this is nice, this is sweet, this is strong, and that's all. Like, she never got further than that, right? And so many people use that word, the S word, when it never should be used. Like, you know, I mean, I can imagine, and I have owned some fragrances, some scents that I could maybe describe like sexy or, in a way, maybe, I don't know, seductive. Yeah, sure, but that, like all of these that they have called that, they are not that, alright? They are not S and S, right? So yeah, I mean, because they use these words, it's make them sound so cheap, just to attract more people. It's so fucking obvious. It's a trick, right? It's a ploy. It's a gimmick. So there's so little originality, and also there's so many are so quick to sell out. Also, they're selling out a bunch of shills, bunch of sellouts today. So you can never know who to trust when they are supposed to, be unbiased reviewers who are supposed to help people who are new to this to choose the right fragrance. What they do is they purposely recommend fragrances from companies they are affiliated with, all right? And maybe they can be good for somebody, but it's not very honest, is it? It's not the way it should be. You should be able to recommend all these different kind of, from any company out there, that is good. So yeah, but they, like they do just their own stuff that they are paid to do, and yeah, it just kind of disgusts me, really. I mean, disgusts me, the whole business. It's all about selling out, and you know when somebody will do anything for more subs, then that means you should not listen to that person. Probably not. You should not watch that person's videos, right? Or streams, because it means that person's main and really the only important thing for that person, its only goal is to just more money, right? More this, more PR, more money, more of that. So that's all about egoism, narcissism, of course, egocentric behavior, and when they get challenged on that, they cannot take it. They don't respond well at all. They either don't respond to criticism or they just get totally, nasty and wild. Like, hey, F you, man, you are this and that, call people names because there are people out there. I know some of them are just bullies, but also there are people who are out to get the truth. They are offering constructive criticism and they cannot take it. They are like children, like teenagers, While in reality, as I said before, many of them are at least 30 years old or even more, 40, and yeah. So this is why FragComm is fucked up, man, today. And I never, my biggest regret was that I joined this at all, because when I first came on that stream, which one that started me on this journey, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know I was in fact joining a whole fucking community, but now I'm stuck. I made these friends there, and that was a good thing, I guess. But I wish I hadn't, entered this community at all, So now it's too late, and one gets used to it, the whole thing. When I've been there for 2 years now, it's kind of hard to really make a clean break and just walk out and say goodbye forever. And yeah, it's very hard. But yeah, so to sum up the whole thing, today's reviewers, like, there are some really honest guys, but you can see it right away by how their videos look. There is no big fancy thumbnails. Most often a picture of themselves, or maybe just that fragrance that they are reviewing. That's all. But all these fucking big thumbnails, sorry for my language, it goes on my nerves. Like, they think, oh, now I have made myself a fancy thumbnail. I deserve, at least 50,000 views for that. While, when you look at the actual video, when you click on that thumbnail and go past that, you'll see nothing, really. Nothing that deserves so many views. It's always a guy, most often a sports hat and with mustache or a beard, I don't know why so many in FragComm have a mustache or a beard or a sports hat, but anyway. So the guy is talking, yeah, I was introduced to this house, and this is a great house, and blah blah blah. But they don't really say that much about the scent itself. There's, oh yeah, this is so sweet, blah blah blah, and they don't tell you why you should buy it, like, and yeah. So there's so much stupid, really, stuff there, like very shallow, and yeah, like. It's like, I like this, that's why you should also like this. Like, really? I don't think so. So because they think something is good, so everybody should trust their taste. It's bullshit, man. Who are you to tell me that? Like, because I like it, you should also trust me and buy that. No, I don't think so, buddy. Right? So there you go. It's just nonsense. It's a whole bunch of nonsense. And watching their streams when they talk about this, like, I'm like, holy crap! Are people actually watching this and discussing? And like, really, there are snooze fests. As I said before, there's a lot of ass kissing. Like, when somebody likes this brand, they are perfect. They can't do wrong, right? They almost can't do wrong. That's all BS, of course. So don't listen to that, alright? Bye.